We have risen from the ashes to school the masses. Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of the Scholars of Wrestling Show, episode 536. I am your man behind the microphone, Scholar Jeff. Joining us this week, as always, he is the OG Undisputed Scholar himself. He is Scholar Tarek. Scholar Tarek, are you ready to rumble, sir?
I am ready to rumble. The road to WrestleMania begins this weekend. I am super excited. It's the first prediction show of 2026 of the Scholars for the Scholars of Wrestling. I am just super excited. We all start on a clean slate for 2026. The road to Scholar of the Year, not Undisputed Scholar of the Year. That's just me and Brian. Come on. But first Scholar of the Year begins now. Let's see if Scholar Jeff can actually go on his word and not predict 2026 with his heart. Or Scholar Pete can do the predictions and try and gain that title of undisputed scholar. And I would also include Charlie, but he's not joining us tonight. So yeah, he's going for it too, but I'm not going to build him up because, he needs to be here for the build up. So,
But
hi.
speaking of being built up, hello. Speaking of being built up, also with us this week is another undisputed scholar in his own right, and your current reigning and defending Scholars of Wrestling World Heavyweight Champion. He is Scholar Brian. Scholar Brian, are you ready to rumble, sir?
Yes, I am ready for the standard January in Scholar Brian's life to commence, where I start off on the back foot performing really horribly in the Royal Rumble game and still at the end of the year wind up in the running for Scholar of the Year. I am ready to begin the nonsense month of Scholar Brian's existence.
That's the spirit. That's what I like to hear. But speaking of things I like to hear, last but absolutely not least, you know him, you love him. He's the man with the plan and the cat named Stan. He is the one and only Scholar Pete. Scholar Pete, are you ready to rumble, sir?
As I live and breathe. Good evening,
You have a
gentlemen.
cat?
No, no cats here, but cats are scaredy cats, and it's nice that finally we actually have a title defense instead of Scholar Brian being a scaredy cat and not putting his title up. But now, because it is Royal Rumble season, I might just be able to do the unthinkable and just dominate from January to December and become a new undisputed scholar. Because, ladies and gentlemen, that is the plan in 2026. The plan is to dominate, and it starts tonight. So, buckle in, put your seatbelts on, and get ready because we going 100 miles down the highway, and we ain't stopping because our predictions are going to be perfection.
and
Back to
and
you,
you know
Scholar Jeff.
you know
Mhm.
something, it's actually great that you come into the year with a plan, Scholar Pete, because we don't really get that too often. Okay. So
We admire your confidence.
we admire your confidence and we look forward to you falling flat on your face at the end of the year. We will enjoy the journey though.
Oh, you can tell it's Royal Rumble season. The trash talk is already beginning. It's amping up. I love it. But you know what? The time for talk is over. Let's talk more about some serious predictions. This is the 2026 Royal Rumble. And let's make some predictions, gentlemen. First off, we've got. First, I gotta switch it over to whoever's speaking. That's me. Our first match is going to be AJ Styles versus Gunther, and if AJ Styles loses, he must retire from WWE. Brian, as the defending champion, you have the right of first pick, or do you want to move it down to the next person in line? Which will it
I will
be?
go I will go first because I'm not a coward. And I th they've been slamming it into our heads so hard for the last week and a half or so about this being AJ Styles' retirement. This is going to be the end of his career. And then he comes out and cuts a promo that says the end of his WWE career, not shutting the door on anything else outside of the company. I thought that that was key, and that makes me entirely confident in my pick that Gunther is going to beat AJ Styles, and it will be the last time you see him in WWE, but it won't be the last time we see him in a wrestling ring. I still think he's going to wrestle throughout 2026, but it will not be in the WWE. Gunther can continue being the career killer, and AJ Styles can go out. I won't say strong because they'll probably make him tap again, but at the end of the day, I think that there have been rumors that his contract is up after the Royal Rumble. There's been You got all those posts. You got the house show hug with CM Punk after Raw. I'm like, they're either slamming it on your head so hard that there's going to be a swerve, but I don't think they're going to go that route. I think they're going to have Gunther win. It'll be one of the first matches of the night because you also have Gunther in the Royal Rumble, and I think that's going to main event. But I think you have Gunther go into the Royal Rumble strong and have him retire AJ Styles. Gunther wins.
Yeah, I'm going to have to agree with almost all of that, minus one thing. I did catch that little thing too, where, okay, AJ Styles it's at the beginning of the year. It's at the Royal Rumble. Nice, good 10-year anniversary run. Cut it off there. But given the way AJ Styles is sort of talking, I'm going to make a bit of a bold prediction. First off, on this night, yes, Gunther is absolutely going to end another WWE career. Just keep that momentum going on the monster. But as far as what AJ Styles will do, AJ Styles, I think we're going to see both starting on this night and the weeks ahead. I think we're going to see something of a Cold War wrestling trade-off. I think that Chris Jericho is going to re-enter the Royal Rumble and rejoin WWE. And I'm going to make the bold assertion that in the next couple weeks or so, we're going to see AJ Styles possibly join up with AEW. So I think there's also a chance they could go to TNA, but frankly, given the state of TNA, I don't think he has any more interest. I certainly wouldn't if he really wants to just go out doing something different, doing something on a high note on his terms, much like Tommaso Ciampa did when he went over to AEW this past week. I can see someone like AJ Styles having a very similar mentality when it comes to his career. One that just not necessarily doesn't really care about WWE accolades or being a company guy or something like that, right? So he can just go right into the WWE Hall of Fame. I see him being a kind of person where after Gunther inevitably beats him, because let's be real, I'm shocked by the amount of voices I've been seeing that are just in plain denial about this. Like, yeah, Gunther's beating him. AJ Styles is done with WWE, but I think there's also a higher than zero chance they could make an appearance, at least for the rest of this year, with AEW. Wishful thinking on my part? Possibly. Likely? Maybe, maybe not. But it's a horse I'm backing this year anyway. That being
I'll
said,
I'll I'll say this about that. I'll just be like, I don't think he's signing another contract. I think everything he does throughout this year is going to be pay per appearance. I think it's going to be handshake deals. I don't think he's going to stay in one place. I think we'll see him do dream matches throughout Japan, TNA, AEW, whatever. I think we can bet on that. I don't see him signing another contract.
Very fair, very fair. Scholar Pete, is your turn next. Who you got between AJ Styles and Gunther?
This is where we separate the men from the boys because there's clearly one answer, and we're gonna kick off this year with a bang. Because you know who's walking out winner between Gunther and AJ Styles? It's gonna be Gunther. Because the fact of the matter is this. Look, you boys both touched on it very much. The whole time. So just little high points for me. You got to look at it this way. All the trademarks that are going on with freaking career killer for Gunther. You have AJ trademarking the phenomenal one and everything like that. Obviously, his time in WWE will be over. I think it's you had a great match with Shinsuke, you had a great match with Punk. You had those moments. That it's gonna make the feel good moment, when he walks off. But again, it's like to what Jeff said. I could see him mixing it up for a hey handshake deal, Brian, where he goes to AEW and match and wrestles Samoa Joe one last time. Just a little one off, like, hey, we're done. Like, boom. Like, it's just, I feel with how they're going, how they're leading. Yeah, are they leading hard into this? 100% WWE is, but it's not the WWE of old. This is the new WWE. But at the end of the day, they're going to make Gunther look like a killer because you got Gunther versus Brock coming at Mania. But you know what I would love to hear? To hear if we agree, Scholar Tarek.
Oh, come on.
Tarek, commence your verdict.
My verdict is that the Ring General Gunther is going to make AJ Styles tap like a little bitch to end his legendary career. And all you guys talking about appearances in other companies and handshaking agreements for all these temporary appearances for this one last hurrah of AJ Styles. I'm going to be that one asshole and say that is not going to happen because we are going to have Gunther kill another career and going to just put in the dirt the career of the phenomenal one, AJ Styles, just so we can have more of the internet wrestling community whiny little crybabies just continue to sweeten my tea with more of their whining and bitching little tears. Mmm. Mm, mm, it is sweet, it is delicious, and all of you can just suck my dick. All hail the career killer. All hail the Ring General. All hail Gunta.
Oh, it's going to be a very, very fun evening. See, even if Tarek loses his chance at the Scholars of Wrestling World Heavyweight Championship, as long as we get that result, Tarek will have already won. Let's be
Oh,
real.
I'm gonna be such a just a big old asshole and just be like, ah, goodbye, AJ Styles. You had a great career in WWE, in TNA, in Ring of Honor, but it all now means nothing because Gunther killed it. I'm going to make so many people mad at me. And I'm just going to be like, your tears, they're so sweet and tasty. Guys, you guys, it's so good.
There's gonna be a lot of I told you so's that night, I can tell already. But that's just our first match. We've got three more, and including this one, we've got for the WWE Championship, we've got Drew McIntyre defending his title against Sami Zayn. For me, this is another easy one to predict. I'm going to go with Drew McIntyre to retain. I've been a little surprised by how many people I've heard say that, okay, maybe there's a chance Sami Zayn could win. And frankly, yes, there's always a chance. But it's the reason why that really sort of catches me. A lot of voices have been saying, "Oh yeah, it's for the Saudi Arabia crowd to make the Saudi Arabia crowd happy that Sami Zayn should win." I'm going to make an argument to say that doing it now is not going to be the move. If you, again, love Sammy, I think the move is not going to be for Royal Rumble. I think Sammy next year should win the Royal Rumble and then use it for a title shot at the Saudi Arabia WrestleMania. And whether it's night one or night two, I think that will make his odds of actually legitimately winning go up. If you do it at WrestleMania next year in Saudi Arabia, I think that is when all the moon and the stars will align for Sammy to ultimately win the big one at long last. I just don't think it's going to be right now. I'm going to take Drew McIntyre to retain his World Heavyweight, not World Heavyweight Championship, WWE Championship, excuse me. With that being said, Pete, it's your pick up next. Who you got? Drew McIntyre or Sami Zayn?
I mean, I think the two undisputed scholars will also join in this because I feel this is a very predictable match as well. And Scholar Jeff, you said it beautifully, actually, thinking that, you know, I think we could all agree that a couple months back, we really thought that Sami Zayn was going to win this year's Rumble. The momentum, how he carries himself, the underdog story. But from what Scholar Jeff said, which was absolutely correct, you have him win next year. You have him challenged to be at Saudi Arabia. It would be that much more of a big time feel. It will be that much better. But there's no doubt in my mind that Drew McIntyre is winning this match. Like it's you have to have a great heel, and right now in front of a live audience, which he didn't have the opportunity to have his WrestleMania moment as champion. I think this is great, but man, is it going to be all the feels for the match? Because you know that's what Sami Zayn brings out, and being in Saudi Arabia, this match is there, so he doesn't win the Rumble this year because he wins it next year.
All right. With that, Scholar Target's back over to you. Who are you picking?
See, I like the correct answer is Drew McIntyre. The only real problem I have with that, I'm still going to predict Drew to win. The only real downside to it is that for this storyline, they are going with the fact that when it comes to Drew versus Sammy, Sammy is 0 and 11 against Drew McIntyre. And I can actually see them pulling a fast one and having Sammy win by disqualification in order for Drew to keep the championship. And just so Sammy can have a win in Saudi. But I just don't see them. I like as much as I could see them doing that. I mean, fuck it, man. His Drew's world title matches have pretty much been ending in DQ since he won the damn thing. Um, but it's also the question who would interfere and for who would attack Sammy. Uh, but most likely it'll probably be Trick since he's also having a feud with Trick, or at least that storyline aspect with Trick Williams. Um, but if anything, I do see an outside interference costing Sammy the win. Uh, Drew, he really does need a clean victory. Well, an actual pinfall, not like a DQ-esque victory. So I'm gonna go with Drew to win, but I see shenanigans happening in this one just so Sammy doesn't really lose any real momentum. I mean, I also, before the whole discussion of Roman wanting to be put in the title match for Mania, like that the backstage story, Sammy was my winner for the Royal Rumble this year. But then the whole story came out with Roman wanting a title match, and now the story of that being scrapped because they gave Drew the title. So I'm gonna say Drew to win just to move on to this prediction show, but I do see something that makes Sammy look somewhat good in defeat because he kind of needs it if they're actually trying to push him as a top guy who could win next year's Royal Rumble.
I agree. There's definitely a lot you can do to get to that point. But until then, Brian, it's your pick up next. Which way you going? Do we have an
I
accord?
do. We have an accord. I do not see outside shenanigans. I do see Drew McIntyre being Drew McIntyre and winning by cheating. That's as good a way as ever because it's Sami Zayn.
It's still shenanigans, though. Cheating is
No, I
still
mean
shenanigans.
it's Sami Zayn. He's still gonna have the crowd behind him. He's not gonna lose. He's not gonna lose. He's in that vaunted air where he's not going to lose the fans with a loss. He won't. He's in that air. So worrying about how he loses is not an issue to me because I know he's not going to lose the fans. And you can still put him anywhere and still be able to build him up for a Saudi victory next year. So I'm not worried about that like Tarek is. But the deal here is it's Drew McIntyre's first legitimate first legitimate on a pay-per-view defense, and you want to build heel heat on a guy. Okay, you have him cheat to win against Sami Zayn in Saudi Arabia. That's the move to make here. Drew McIntyre wins and retains the title via heelish means, and you leave Sami Zayn right where he was,
All right.
which is still at the top of the card, which is upper mid card, which you can use to boost him throughout the year and set up what Jeff and Pete were talking about.
Yeah, definitely a lot of possibilities narrative wise here. But now let's get into the big one. The first of two big ones. We're talking about the Royal Rumble matches, starting with the women. Pete, it's over to you. You've got the first pick. Who is going to be your pick for the winner of the Women's Royal Rumble this year?
I mean, let's start with a banger, gentlemen. I mean, let's look what happened in the last couple of years. We've seen returns, we've seen craziness. Remember when Charlotte Flair won the Royal Rumble? What a mistake that was. But the fact of the matter is, who is winning the 2026 Royal Rumble is, of course, going to be Bianca Belair, the returning Bianca Belair. I mean, I think it's time. I think it's more than enough time has passed. You need that division. You need somebody to bring in some excitement. We haven't seen her in quite some time. I was going to originally go with Io Sky and have them do like a Rhea Ripley, Io Sky, like, oh, we're tag team champions, but we're really facing each other, similar to what, we saw earlier with Cena and Shawn Michaels back in the day. But I mean, at the end of the day, I think Bianca Belair is the obvious choice here. Great return, great moment in the ring. And it will be nice because I have missed her because we have not seen her.
All right, that's one pick for Bianca. Tarek, it's over to you. Who do you got winning the Women's Royal Rumble?
It's actually really funny because for a while my leading contender was Bianca Belair. And then I see a little post by a certain Jersey girl saying she's tired of being the runner-up for Royal Rumble, being the runner-up for Elimination Chamber. I'm gonna go with Liv Morgan to win the Women's Royal Rumble. Again, Jersey girl represent.
All right, that's one for Liv. Brian, picks over to you. Which way you going?
I will say this. There's really a two-woman group to win this thing. All right. And they've been named. They've been named so far already. You've got the potentially returning Bianca Belair, and you have the woman with her hand in many pots on Raw who has had dealings with anyone who could be potentially champion at WrestleMania. She's had dealings in recent weeks, and you know what? Whoever doesn't win the Rumble is going to win the Elimination Chamber because those are the two title matches you're getting at WrestleMania. You're getting Jade Cargill versus Bianca Belair, and you're getting whoever the champion is as of right now, Stephanie Vaquer, but could change at any point in time against Liv Morgan. Those are the title matches at WrestleMania. That's what it's going to be. All right. And if that's the case, I'm going with Liv Morgan to win the Royal Rumble. And I'm going to have Bianca Belair start a new kind of streak and win the Elimination Chamber for the second year in a row.
Hmm. I'll be
Because
honest. Yeah, go
because the
on.
WrestleMania streak ended last year,
Yes.
and you need a building block point to the Elimination Chamber next year. Imagine if Bianca wins two in a row and she goes into Elimination Chamber next year going for three straight. That's a selling point a year in advance for the Elimination Chamber next year. So that is why I am picking. I'm saying Bianca Belair is going to return, but I'm going to say that Jade Cargill screws her out of the Royal Rumble victory
Hmm.
and Liv Morgan wins.
Interesting. Very interesting. I'll tell you what, I've been going back and forth on this a bunch of ways for the past couple weeks. I haven't really decided where I'm going to go until a couple things happened. Number one, I heard what you said. And number two, I saw some betting odds for the Royal Rumble winner. And the odds on favorite to win for the women does seem to be Liv Morgan. So, on some other betting pools that we're a part of, I admit I did pick Bianca Belair to win, but yeah, I'm gonna have to go with the odds on favorite here. I'm also picking Liv Morgan to win. She seems as steady as a rock as any other woman in this field. So yeah, I'm gonna go with Liv to win. Uh
But
yeah,
would not
so
be surprised. But would not be surprised at all if it went the other way. As I said, whoever loses, whichever one of the two loses, is winning the Elimination Chamber.
oh for sure. Everyone
So
who's picked Liv Morgan to win has already brought up Bianca Belair's name. It's like, yeah, we see her more being more the winner of the Elimination Chamber and getting in that way. She doesn't necessarily need to win the Royal Rumble to get there. And by the looks of it, it seems like most of us agree. But now is over to our final match of the evening. We've got the Men's Royal Rumble. And Tarek, the first pick is yours. Who you got to win the Men's Royal Rumble?
The only person I have to win the men's Royal Rumble is the only person that actually seems to have a storyline that is somewhat connected to the Royal Rumble. I'm going to go with Braun Breaker to win. I have nothing really else to add other than just I hope we see a new face. I don't want someone who's previously won it in the past to win it. And I guess this is also just stemming from what I said about how I feel last year he was uh like underused, and I feel like him winning the Rumble, getting a main event at WrestleMania is just something I feel like he needs, especially after he lost his world title match on the first episode of Raw of the year. He needs that momentum swing back in his favor. So Braun.
Right, that's one for Braun. Scholar Brian, how about you? Which way you going?
And I am here officially to bring the mood down tonight on this Royal Rumble prediction show because look, they want him in a title match, and I'm not entirely certain he's going to be available for the Elimination Chamber. I think we know where I'm going with this pick right now. Um, really, first of all, I don't want Cody to win 3 times in 4 years. That's a little insane to me. And it really does come down to Braun Breaker and Roman Reigns. And look, the deal here is yes, Braun Breaker is the only one with a storyline, but the WWE and Nick Khan and everybody on top has made it very clear that the main events of WrestleMania involve names and money making names, which means I'm not convinced that Drew McIntyre makes it to WrestleMania as champion. And I'm not convinced that I'm convinced that we're getting Braun Breaker in a title match, but I'm also not convinced that they're going to do it at the Rumble because once again, Elimination Chamber is a thing. And so based off of what I know the WWE tactics are and what I know the investors want and what I know that Triple H is willing to put up with, I'm going with Roman Reigns to win this Royal Rumble.
Ooh,
I hate doing it. I do not want to do it, but too much is rolling around in my head that's telling me like it's not what I would do, but it's certainly what they've shown that they will do.
okay, you see, here's the thing. It sounds like this is just a repeat of what we were talking about with the women's Royal Rumble match, where both of them easily could win. It's just a matter of, okay,
And
who,
the only reason I'm not picking Braun is because Braun is guaranteed to be there at the Elimination Chamber. Will be there. You aren't sure when Roman Reigns is going to show up next. You can't tell if he's even going to be at the Elimination Chamber. So, process of elimination in my head goes to Roman Reigns because he's going to be at the Royal Rumble. We know that it's booked in the cards. I can't be certain that he's going to be at the Elimination Chamber, and I hate to say it, but Roman Reigns and Nick Khan get what they want most of the time in the end. Yeah, it looks like plans have changed because Drew McIntyre is the champion, but have they? Have they really? And that's where my head goes.
especially now that Roman is kind of a face now. Okay, you sold me. I'm gonna go with Roman. Yeah, there you go. You got your wish. Pete, are you convinced, or do you still
Can't
believe
be
in
all
someone
fun and
else?
games. Can't be all fun and games around here. I
But let
know
me
he's going with Braun.
I'm not actually going with Roman Reigns. I'm not going with Braun Braun. I have my own pick.
Oh, I
Because
know where
listen
it's
up,
going.
gentlemen, because
Do it.
this is where we get wild. Welcome
Do
to
it.
the Men's Royal Rumble, where anything can happen. And you know what's going to happen? We're going to see some great returns. We're going to see Chris Jericho coming back. We're going to see some great minutes from all these competitors. But there's something interesting that happened. Very interesting, in fact. When Finn Balor asked to go in the Royal Rumble, Adam Pearce said, but the Rumble's full. When have we ever seen a Royal Rumble that's full? So,
Especially after
gentlemen,
you
I
have
know the
Brock
smart
Lesnar
thing.
say he's in the Rumble the day after.
I
Bullshit.
think it's crazy that I agree. We can't have Cody run 3 times in 4 years. I want, Jey Uso yeet back to back, but that ain't happening. Check the Twitter. What are you doing, Jay? But the fact of the matter is this is WWE needs to have that big moment after the debacle that was Jey Uso. Because, yeah, we all like to yeet, but nobody was unhappy with him winning the Rumble. John Cena aside, nobody was happy about Jey Uso. So you have to look at it this way, where are they going to go with the safe bet and do Roman Reigns? I have an idea of maybe just throwing out fucking LA Knight to win the Rumble. He's been losing the money in the
Hmm.
bank. Why not have him win the Rumble? Because, at the
Fucking
end of
do
the
it.
day, what?
I knew you would bring up LA Knight.
But the fact of the matter is, where does WWE take it from here? Do they put it in the safe bet of Roman Reigns? Who is going to be that person to win the Royal Rumble? So, gentlemen, I am between two names. It is either going to be LA Knight, yeah, or it's going to be Finn Balor. Because we like to live a little crazy here. And we're not going to just go with Roman Reigns. We're not going to go with Braun. At the end of the day, I feel like we're going to go with Finn
Yeah.
Balor to
Finn
win the Rumble.
Balor it is.
Because
Now,
again,
I just want a reminder. I just want to throw it back to the intros and what Pete has said in the intros and let you know probably not a good start, my friends.
listen, I went with Bianca. Nobody else joined me. So you know what? We going crazy at the Rumble.
I'll be honest with you, one of my potential picks until we had this conversation was legitimately LA Knight. I think he's a bit more of a dark horse pick, but he's absolutely in that conversation.
I, I,
They
Finn, a bit more of a recent addition, but again, a tertiary pick in my mind, but it doesn't mean necessarily mean I'm right. It could be a lot of different ways still in the cards.
LA Knight was a thought maybe a month ago, but then he got caught up in the Vision storyline, and now they offset for me.
But
The
that's
three
why I
members of the
thought
Vision,
maybe he
the
would
three
eliminate.
members of the Vision that aren't Braun Breaker and Penta, Dragon Lee, and LA Knight are gonna cancel each other out. They're gonna eliminate each other. That's so as soon as that was decided, I was like, okay, LA Knight. I like LA Knight, but this isn't the year, bro. They put you in a non-sun game.
I see a better chance LA Knight winning the King of the Ring to get a world title match at not SummerSlam against Braun Breaker, the head man of the Vision who took him out. I see that actually happening more than him winning the Rumble. Is the question even if he even shows up at the Rumble, which who we kidding? He probably will.
He will. He'll take out Rey Mysterio's injured. We all know it. He's playing all cool on the plane to get there. He's gonna get taken out and replaced by Finn Balor. Probably get taken out by Finn Balor.
I just feel when they said there's no room in the Rumble and just how he could go, I think to your point, gentlemen, even if Liv Morgan wins her Rumble and Finn wins them, that could be that tension in the Judgment Day. Again, I just didn't want to say fucking Roman Reigns.
And fair play. I didn't want to say it either, but we're here now.
That we are.
And who it matters? The only thing that matters is how we get the points for the Royal Rumble game. For the Royal Rumble, those are the only real like point makers. The matches mean shit, really.
Yeah, the winners, the predicting the winners is a fun thing that we do before the Royal Rumble. We all know where most of the points are going to come from during this one.
It's how it is every year.
Oh yeah, there's certainly a whole heck of a lot of points up for grabs at this point in the year than any other point in the year. That's what makes part of what makes this part of the year so exciting for us, especially here at the Scholars Wrestling Show. But now is where we get into the really interesting portion of all of this, because we are going to do a little number picking for the actual Royal Rumble match itself. How are we going to do that, you might ask? Well, we're going to be picking three numbers in three different categories. First, we're going to be picking a number between 1 and 10 for our first number. Then we will pick a second number between 11 and 20. You probably see where we're going with this. And then the third number we're going to be picking is going to be between 21 and 30. And then once we have 30 numbers locked in, then we're locked in, and the road to Royal Rumble is locked in for us. However, there's another small little twist. There is our best friend and yours, the wheel, in play. That's right. Whoever we're going to be every round, we're going to be spinning the wheel, and we're going to be determining who ends up picking their number first. So there is going to be an element of chance, but also still skill. With that being said, gentlemen, are you ready to spin the wheel and pick some numbers?
You spin
Yep.
me right
Fuck
round,
me,
baby,
wheel,
right
wheel.
round.
Fuck me in 2026.
With that vote of confidence, it's time
Well,
to
at least
see who's going to get the first pick for numbers 1 through 10. Are you
to be
ready?
fair, to be fair, Pete, you won't lose points with this wheel.
You won't lose points. There's only everything to gain. So let's see who's going to pick the very first number. Uh-oh. Looks like I need to reload the page, keeping us all in suspense here. There we go. And now we're going. We're going to tap the wheel. We're going to spin it. It's spinning. Where are we going to go? Who gets first pick? The first pick will go to Scholar Pete. You have first pick of the first 10 numbers. Which are you going to go with for your first number?
We here at the Scholar Pete Association would like to take, with being the number one pick, we would like to take the number one pick and be number one for the Royal Rumble.
All right. Pete has picked number one. Let's see who gets the next pick. We are spinning the wheel. We're getting ready to make the deal. And the next number pick goes to Scholar Brian. Scholar Brian, who is your pick, number 1 through 10? Or 2 through
Now,
10 at this point.
in order to make things fair on everyone else, because I'm just so damn good at these Royal Rumble games, as everyone can tell at all times, I have used a random number generator to come up with my numbers for this.
Did you really?
Yes, I did. For these for this Royal Rumble, and thank you, Scholar Pete, because you did not pick the number that the random number generator decided to give me. I will go with the vaunted number that Randy Orton won from in 2009. I will go with the number 7.
All
Oh
right.
shit.
I almost did 7. No, no bullshit. I was thinking doing 7, 14, 21. I was like, nah.
All right. Let's see who gets the third pick of the round. It's down to me and Scholar Tarek. Whoever gets it first, and It is looking
Is
like it just landed on Scholar Tarek. Scholar Tarek, pick that number.
hmm. I'm gonna go with number 8.
I'm sorry, what number was that?
8.
I was expecting a Home Alone quote. It's okay.
Oh, wait.
Eight. Home Alone
Oh,
2.
okay. I was more
You
thinking it's
got
like
so
I
confused.
was I'm like
Eight.
when you said Home Alone, I was like, oh, what? When in Home Alone did he say 8? No, Home Alone 2, he
Home
says
Alone
8.
2.
I was thinking
Okay, Home
of
Alone 2, yes.
with Brian. I was going with Brian. 7? 7? Try 8. 8? Little Rascals reference there for you. I'm going with
Oh,
number
brother.
8. If you are my kids, I punish you. If we were your kids, we punish ourselves.
I did like that movie.
So
But
did I.
anyway, as far as my number pick, I'm going to be a little bit on the cliche side here. I'm going to pick numero dos for my number.
I'm
Number
curious if
two
you
for
actually
me.
spun the wheel, if it actually landed on you, or if you'd be like, how many times can we get Jeff?
Let's just for ha-has, let's see what it actually lands on. Uh
Holy shit, it actually does
oh,
land
it
on you.
actually did. Huh.
How about that?
Well, I guess I could have spun the wheel and had fun with the rest of you all. But yeah, I'm going to go with number two anyway. But now is time for the second round, where we're picking numbers between 11 and 20. Are we ready to spin the wheel for a second round? Well, ready or not, here we go. We're hitting the wheel.
Ready or not, here I go.
Ready or not, here we come. And who is coming first? Brian is coming
Brian.
first. Brian,
Freezing.
Brian, you
I know what
Brian
I
came
said.
first.
Brian,
He came first.
Brian, pick a number, damn it.
Climax
Going
first.
through my vaunted draft team style, the random number generator has gifted me with the number 16.
Bless you.
Thank you. I was just sneezing. We got number 16 for Brian. Now it's time for another spinning of the wheel. Who gets the next pick between all of us? Wheel is spinning, and the next pick goes to me. For this one, I am going to be going to number 17. I am going with number 17 as my pick. I am going to reset the wheel, and we're going to spin it yet again down to Tarek and Scholar Pete. Which way are we going? And just
Got Brian
bypass
again.
Tarek. Okay, well, now we got a respin here. We're still spinning. Who's going to land on first, Tarek or Pete? And it just made it to Scholar Tarek. Scholar Tarek, which number are you picking?
I'm gonna go right down the middle. I'm picking number 15.
All right, Tarek's got number 15. That will bring it over to Pete. Which way are you going for your 11 through 20 numbers?
With the second pick here at the Improv Pete of Football Alliance of Fantasy, we are going to go with the 14th entrant this year. 14th entrant.
Okay,
Kid looks good. Kid looks good. Really, really have a shot this year to make something happen. Number 14.
number 14 is locked in for Scholar Pete. But now is our last round of draft picks. We're looking at numbers 21 through 30, the final third of each Royal Rumble entry. And now we're getting down to the wire here. We're spinning the wheel. Who gets the first pick of the third round? And that goes to Scholar Brian. Scholar Brian, which way you going?
Don't use the random. Be original. Choose
For,
a number. Come on. Don't look at the random
for
generator.
our for Scholar Brian's draft war room, the random number generator has selected number 28.
All right, there's Brian with number 28. All right. Now he's eliminated from the running. So now we've got
Now we won't get a
the
double.
next. Now we won't get a double, but who is getting the next pick? The next pick goes to Scholar Pete. Scholar Pete, who you drafting?
The third pick in our Rumble game. Uh, Scholar P takes a great day in the 23rd, which is also the day of his birthday. So we're going to go with 23.
Okay, we got 23 from Scholar Pete. Now it comes down to who's taking the rest. Is it me or is it gonna be Scholar Tarek? We're spinning the wheel. We're gonna find out who's it going to first. And it is going down to the wire and it is going to Scholar Tarek. Scholar Tarek, which number you picking?
Hey, Jeff,
Hey, what?
24.
Hey, hey, I got something even funnier than 24.
What?
25.
Or is that seriously what you're picking?
It is now. It wasn't what I was originally going to pick, but
No, no,
you know
no.
what? No, I'm
Okay.
doing it for the bit. I'm going to do it for the bit.
All
I'm going to
right.
go 25.
What
You
were you
set
gonna
me
pick?
up. I was actually going to go with number 30, but given how we score this thing, like we get 1 point for eliminations and 3 points if whoever comes out that number wins. Honestly, I don't. This is just my gut. I'm not entirely convinced that whoever comes out at number 30 is going to get a lot of eliminations, or maybe they'll win, but I don't think they're going to be doing that very often. Statistically, more people win at number one and number two, at least in more recent memory. So, in my mind, 25 is legitimately as valid of a number as anything else in this match. So, yeah,
Mhm.
I'm plus for the lulls, I'm gonna stick with 25.
There you go.
Like you can't set me
I'm
up
gonna
like
go.
that and have it not me
I'm,
knock it down. Yeah, I
I'm,
got to.
I'm gonna go. I'm gonna give the serious confirmation of 25, but also the movie reference. It's just there. I have to hit it. I You can't just throw that at me and not have me smash it out of the park.
We have fun here at the Scholars of Wrestling show. So those are our predictions for the Royal Rumble this year, but
May the
we
best
can't
scholar win.
may the best scholar win
and
indeed.
and
And
I
we
am and I am legitimately not kidding. As soon as I came up with the idea for the 1 through 10, 11 through 20, and the 21 through 30, I did run those exact sets of numbers through a random number generator and said, you know what? It's January. I'm never good at these things. Fuck it, we roll.
I'll just watch you win it this year.
hey, this is what makes it all so exciting. But you know what?
I
We here
get
at the
Brock,
Scholars of Wrestling
Oba, and
show,
Roman.
oh,
Oh
we're all in
God.
trouble. But you know what? We're still not done because we here at the Scholars of Wrestling show, we like to go the extra mile. And what kind of show would we be if we didn't talk about the truly most exciting wrestling that you're ever going to see on this Saturday or any other Saturday? Yes, friends, it's about your favorite segment and mine. It is time for the Saturday Night Slam Masters because I am your Saturday Night World Wildlife Fund Velocity TM World Champion. And Scholar Pete, you appear to be the AEW Collision World Champion, and we're going to give you sneak previews of the amazing wrestling shows that you're going to be seeing this weekend. Like Royal Rumble, who? Like, no, this is where the real goods are, and we're going to show you exactly what we're talking about. Scholar Pete, are you ready to give your sneak preview of AEW Collision?
My title's bigger than yours.
It's not the size that counts, it's how you use it and when it goes on live, and you know it. So, Who's going first? Is it you or me? I can't. I'm too busy watching World Wildlife Fund wrestling Saturday Night Velocity TM. I can't remember time.
Oh, I don't know. Let's flip a coin.
Do you
Let
have a
me
co
put it through the
The
random
random
number
generator.
generator. Pete will be one, Jeff will be two. Let me set this up. Random number generator one or two. It will be Pete. Go.
Welcome everybody to, of course, the number one show, AEW Collision Corner. And of course, we had three slobber knocker of matches, and we're gonna get right into it. Of course, our first match is a highly requested match brought to you off of the planet of Bugastaken. Yes, Bugenstocken is coming finally to Earth to have their match. The aliens are coming and they are bringing the war. And of course, who are you going to place these aliens against? But of course, cowboys. Giddy up, motherfuckers. They have horses, they have whips, and they have assless chaps. And they are going to bring the aliens to Tower because the Tower of Power is the cowboy's secret weapon. You heard it here first. Make sure you keep on locked. Because when
Question.
I talk about locks, I talk about the gunsmith and the locksmith. And of course, fa la 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 la. And again, the fa la 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 is a great place to live because it's summer every day there. And for our second match, we're going to have that summer classic where we see Dick Dak Dadilac versus Bill Belichick in a who will be a first ballot Hall of Famer. Yes, it's what you've been waiting for. Was Bill Belichick wronged? Yes, he was. So come over to Saturday Night Collision Corner to see the ultimate redemption arc where he takes his rightful place as being a number one Hall of Famer. And of course, we get to our main event. And in our main event, there's only one match it could be. People have been asking to see the Booger Brothers come back. And yes, the Booger Brothers are defending their tag team championships in a dumpster fire match. Of course, everybody knows what the dumpster fire match is. You throw your opponents into a dumpster and you light it on fire. And of course, the Booger Brothers are going to go against their great and worthy opponents, somebody that they've traveled the road with for years, somebody that feels so very close to. I'm talking about the Earwax Gentlemen. That's right, the Booger Brothers versus the Earwax Gentlemen. It's gonna be great. We're so happy because you know what we have is great matches with great stories. So much better than the World Wildlife Federation Fund, whatever the hell it is. Because when you come to watch Saturday night, you come to watch Collision Corner. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh boy, that I'll tell you what, on any given week, that would absolutely trounce any other wrestling. Like the reunification of the Booger Brothers versus the Earwax Gentlemen. Oh, that is ratings galore, my man. Except for this week, because this week the World Wildlife Fund TM Saturday Night Velocity TM, we are bringing the absolute thunder with some blasts from the past. It is nostalgia night here at the World Wildlife Fund Saturday Night Velocity TM show because in our first match, we've got the legend himself, El Dandy, coming back for one night only against the one and only Dominic Mysterio in a classic Lucha Libre hair versus hair match. Whose lovely locks are going to get chopped up and tossed out? Who's going to be rendered bald? There's only place to see it, and only one place where you can see it all happen live. But we're still not done because we've got the match you all have been waiting for. The legends are finally back. The greatest legends. When we talk about who is going to be on your Mount Rushmore of professional wrestling, they're all wrong except for the ones that contain these two gentlemen. They are the true greatest of all time. They're on every single listing, every single list of the top tens, every single legendary Mount Rushmore you can think of in the world of professional wrestling. That's right, friends. We got them. We got the legendary rivals Fergus McGivern versus Bindi the Butcher de Havilland in a Marquis of Queensberry rules match. Yes, the one you've always been waiting for, the one that the internet wrestling community just cannot stop clamoring for, and we're going to give it to you finally after so many years of begging and pleading. Bookers all around the world, we're finally making it happen. But you know what? Because we're givers here at the Saturday Night Velocity TM show, we're still not done because we are going to be giving you a special attraction match in our main event. It is the match you never expected to see, but oh boy, are you excited to ever see it. We have the one and only your favorite neighborino and mine, Hidely Ho neighbor. We've got the one and only Ned Flanders going one on against the Bumblebee Man in a Springfield SmackDown match. You know it, you love it, you will see it live this weekend here on the Scholars of Wrestling endorsed Saturday Night Velocity World Wildlife Fund TM show. Thank you so much.
Listening to all that, I have to say that I cannot, in good conscience, say yes to watching a show where one of the matches I already know the victor. Who is a first ballot Hall of Famer? Not Bill Belichick. Bill Belichick has already lost that match. We don't need to have it. So I'm sorry, Pete. Also, who are you to doubt El Dandy? I do not doubt El Dandy. I never have. The man should have beaten Bill Goldberg, for Christ's sake. Any show with El Dandy on it gets a stamp of approval from me. This week, I will watch Saturday Night Velocity World Wildlife Fund TM.
I can't for the life of me choose anything with Bill Belichick. The Buffalo Bill fan in me can't do it. I just can't do it. And as Brian said, El Dandy's kind of the cheat card. You have El Dandy on the show, it's an automatic win. It is
However, that's a one-time only thing. If you use them next week, can't do
Yeah,
it.
that would not be legal. That would not be right on my part. I fully admit that. You can't just break out the El Dandy every single week. That's if you
I
can't
would
go,
only
if you
watch
don't
El
go
Dandy.
away, you'll never miss him. We understand this here at the Scholars of Wrestling endorsed World Wildlife Fund Saturday Night Velocity TM show. We know this, but occasionally when we're able to get them, we will give you these great matches like these. So no need to worry.
I would only watch that match, and then I changed the channel.
It's enough to take it over the top. I will gladly take it. But now is the time in our show where we bring it over back to you, our fellow fans. What are you going to be watching outside of the Royal Rumble? Are you going to be watching Saturday Night Velocity World Wildlife Fund TM? Are you going to be watching some AEW Collision? Or are you just here for these? Or are you just here for the Royal Rumble? Who do you think is going to win the Royal Rumble? And more importantly of all, are you going to be joining us in predicting the Royal Rumble? No matter what you're doing or where you're at, join in the conversation with us on all of our social media pages. And for all of our social media links and much, much more, join in the conversation. Just click the link at our link tree. That's in our description box below. Just follow the link. That's linktree/Scholars of Wrestling for everything Scholars of Wrestling related. And if you want to play along with us at home, join in our prediction card for the Royal Rumble 2026. The link to our official prediction sheet is going to be in the description of this show below. Just click the link and put in your predictions before WrestleMania, before Royal Rumble Saturday. Words are hard. Just click the link, place your predictions, and join in the fun with us for your chance to win a $25 e-gift card to the WWE shop. We're giving it away. Your chance to win. Just click the link below. And with that, that is all we've got for this week. We've made our predictions. Hopefully, you've made yours. So all we can really do at this point is just gear up for Saturday. We're going to be watching because you know who we are. We are the Scholars of Wrestling, and you have just been schooled. You're
You're
welcome.
You're
welcome.
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 Let's all get ready to rumble.